Guys, it's Luke from Team Sweetness here. We're here with our own Cian McDonnell, and this is a profile from our nationals actually. And what place did you come, Cian?
I came 11th place.
And what deck did you play?
I played Draco.
Draco. Demise. Did you play extra deck?
No extra deck.
So I think you're only one in the top 16 that actually didn't have the extra deck build. Okay.
Because there's a few cards I was missing for the extra deck, so I wasn't able to play with.
Okay, so do you want to just get to the build?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So for monsters, I played 2 mana.
Okay.
Not 3 because with the amount of monster count, it'd be far too high for Demise. In fact, if I play a second feature, I might even cut more monsters, just because I kept drawing monsters off Demise, which wasn't good.
Okay.
And then this card itself is play the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
This card's the best, definitely.
Yeah, you can just loop monsters. You can just loop this.
Yeah, you can either loop with the continuous call the Haunted.
Yeah.
Or you can go Apocalypse when if you're playing against Magician. So then when they try to crash with their purple poison to this, you damage step Apocalypse, pop this so they can't crash with their purple poison, and then they don't get rid of your anti-spell. This card was really bad. I would consider cutting it to 1. Because after Masterpiece is gone, it's not really that great.
Yeah, it's pretty. Like you can only just add dynamite.
You can just I guess you can. If you have these two, you can do it. Distribute summon this guy during your opponent's turn with a trap, pop one of their monsters, but that's not amazing.
No idea, man.
And then Ignis was really, really nice going second because you're just tribute a trap, pop one of their monsters. They change something. You're like, okay, they change something to destroy this. So you're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'll search Heritage and then get 2 draws off of it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And then you're rolling.
It's really good in the mirror match as well. You can just add Heritage.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Draw a lot of cards. So that was all the monsters, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only 8 total.
Okay.
And then for spells, 3 diagram, of course.
Yeah.
Terraform to search out diagram.
6 diagrams.
Yeah. Then self-explanatory. 3 of each.
3 of each, yeah.
I'm also waiting for poison to be all.
3 Demise, because Demise build. 2 Pod Desires. I seen someone play 3. I don't agree with 3 because you'll just banish the cards you need, and as well as that, it'll just deaden the grind game. I suppose you could get lucky and get the cards you need, but I just don't think it's worth it because there's better cards to play.
Just trigger Flatus for saying.
I think I really sold it. 12k life points in game 3.
And then I played 3 Duality. I prefer 3 Duality rather than 2 Duality and 3 Desires because Duality, it's one of those cards you're gonna resolve 2 if you are kind of grinding it out. If you're not grinding it out, you'll just resolve 1. But Desires even, you're very, very unlikely to resolve more than 1.
What's it kind of?
Before I had a Upstart as the third instead of the 3rd Duality, but I figured I'll just play 3 Duality for this event.
I remember in the Irish Open you played 2 instead of 3.
Yeah.
Do you think it was better to play the 3rd one instead?
Yeah,
of the
that's what
Upstart?
I'm saying. The Upstart only gives you 1 draw, so you only have you only get to see 1 card essentially. But this card you get to see 3 and pick the best one. So it's like a stacked Upstart basically. And your opponent doesn't gain the life, so that helps for the new time around procedure.
How was time in nationals for you?
It was actually really okay with this deck. Time is a lot easier for this deck than it is for Sky Strikers, for example. Because generally you flip the floodgate, they can't out it and you'll win. Or you just in the grind game you'd eventually be able to get rid of all their stuff and kill them kind of thing.
Okay, so traps. That was every spell, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maximum traps for Dynamite.
I think they don't really need any explanation.
Yeah, I already went over the ruling with Apocalypse and damage set. I maxed out on Spell Hate for Brandish.
Oh, okay.
I played 3 anti-spell. In the previous deck profile I had on a different channel, I played 2 anti-spell and then other cards to go with it, which we're going over later. I think 3 anti-spell is a lot better because you just get to, like most decks, even sometimes in the mirror match, you can like catch them off guard and anti-spell them when they have no spells, which will like hurt them quite a bit. And also just most decks need spells to function. And then Imperial Order is another copy of anti-spell essentially, except it's able to negate things. So basically, if against like Sky Strike or something, flip up anti-spell, they activate like, you flip up anti-spell, they'll like go chain Twin Twisters, target this and something else, you go chain Imperial Order, and then like you're probably gonna win.
Yeah, you chain it to like Twin Twisters because they main the Twin Twisters.
Yeah, you never use this one first.
You always bait out the other spells that they have.
So yeah, and before I didn't play this because I was worried I was going to die because of it. But I don't think I ever resolved this, and it lasted like for 2 turns. Because like usually if I activate this, they just be like game 2 or 3.
Yeah,
and then just. Like,
I think the only out they have is to like make a Phoenix and pop it.
No, not even just Sky Striker. Like I was thinking I was playing a different deck when I resolved this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then skill drains.
Yeah, 3 skill drains.
Okay.
I did this instead of Rivalry because I felt that Rivalry kind of conflicted with a Mano. Well, this doesn't conflict as badly with a Mano because with a Mano, if you have this card on board, you have a Mano, let's say, and then this card dies somehow, whether not having like a tribute to a monster or your opponent like getting rid of it, then you have a permanent Mana. So it's a Majesty's Fiend with 1900 attack. And then same thing with Skill Drain. This is a lot better than Skill Drain, I feel, because although Skill Drain can use any time, if you're using this when you've no monsters, you're probably in kind of a bad position.
Yeah.
And with this card, you just flip up during standby phase, so even if they kaiju you, it still survives until your end phase. So not the end phase.
And even when like if it leaves the field and you have a Mano then as well, like you can still shut them off and they are
that's what I was saying with the Majesties, And then last card, Judgment, because I felt I was playing against Brandish.
Did you get evenly matched at all?
Yes, but I never do this.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Or I might have done it once, but most of the time I didn't have this. I got evenly.
That's the main reason why people play anyways, is to not get even lead.
Even is kind of ridiculous. Especially like because when you use Demise, you can't really like play around evenly unless you draw into this. The idea of this was that I'll flip if I didn't have Imperial Order, which is a 1-off, so I'm unlikely to see it. But if I have like 2-offs, it's like much more likely to
stop the Twin Twisters
to appear. So like
they go -2.
If I go like anti-spell and they go like evenly match or Twin Twisters, I go Judgments and stop it.
And then
Then I just got outplayed.
So that was 40 in the main deck,
In the previous build, I mained Cosmic. I didn't main in this one because there wouldn't be as much Draco here. Because Sky Strike is a new deck and Draco's Masterpiece got hit. And then for the side deck,
no extra.
some tokens. Not 50 in like the last one. Got a lot of grief for the last video for showing like 16 tokens and people be like, oh, is he kind of trying to trick the opponent? Thinking his extra, But what I forgot to say in that video was that back in the Irish Open, when I would when my opponent would see I have an extra deck, I would say these are all tokens and just flick through all of them so that I wouldn't be misrepresenting the game state.
You have to keep them face up anyways.
Yeah, you're face up anyways.
2 raw sphere mode for Goki boards because it can be kind of difficult to get rid of the guys when they have the protection from card effects. With I believe it's Cerberus that protects them. And it's just really handy to just wipe their board, and then you have an extra normal zone with all the spells, so you just do that, and then like you win. Also, I guess it can help against Ultimate Falcon if your opponent decides to summon other monsters to try and like maybe kill you before you stall for a game. You can just Ultimate Falcon and the 2 other guys with this. So that's the deck's only out to Ultimate Falcon.
Yeah. Sadly.
And then here's the 3 Cosmic. For the mirror, for what's the other cards? Poltergeist also works.
Did you play many mirrors?
I played 1 extra deck mirror match. but I played no like non-extra deck rare matches. This is actually it's quite good against Altergeist because they can't revive their spell and traps if you cosmic them. For example, when I was playing like my last game, I was playing against Altergeist and the person had Protocol on field. And for those of you who don't know, if Protocol's on field and you also have either Erupt or Skill Drain, the Altergeist can still activate their effects. They don't get negated. So you need this to get rid of it. But I didn't draw this, so I had to just keep popping it with my spells every turn. Then the opponent just kept reviving and I kept popping. And Stormford. This does not out. This is not out Ultimate Falcon, which is really unfortunate.
Would you not main this now?
No, because I used to main it in my old build back when I played 2 Cosmic, but I felt that it bricked really hard. Like I'd just draw it and I just wouldn't need it. And back when Masterpiece was around, it was a lot nicer because you could just set a spell or trap, activate this, tribute the spell or trap, so Masterpiece. With their monster, and then you have a lot of. In fact, you've got get rid of a lot of their cards that way. But now I don't need sided for like annoying cards that I can't really get rid of. And then Regeki to go with a Mano, as indicated by the thumbnail.
Yeah, Rocky Shot combo.
An even better combo. I don't play it, but if you had this and Skyfang, that's a really good combo. Yeah. In fact, it's so good that one of the rule books actually recommended it. Yeah, approved by Konami. Yeah. This is for evenly matched.
Yeah.
If oftentimes I don't draw Judgment, I just draw this.
Yeah.
So
Iron World's pretty good.
Also, it's really good. I saw 2 Infernoid players because apparently, from what I heard, Infernoids have a good matchup against Brandish.
Yeah.
So this is just good against Infernoids. It's good against. Like things like Invoked, just there's a lot of different decks that can like it, which is really nice. Also 6 card deck as well.
Well, if grass was legal.
Oh, did it get banned?
Grass is banned.
I didn't even pay attention.
Grass is definitely banned. Oh yeah.
Well, it was like I wasn't really thinking of grass when I was like putting this in.
Oh yeah, grass is banned, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of it anyway. So 2 rivalry, didn't main it, so I decided instead. I don't own a third one, so there's no third one.
Would you decide a third? Yeah.
I'll consider. I'm not sure if I actually would, but I'll definitely think about it.
Okay.
It helps against Brandish, but the only time I've had it against Brandish, they've had Array, so there's no real good opportunity to use it. Because if I change this to the Summon of Ray, they'll just tag out into the machine monster.
Yeah.
And then they'll just keep linking that way from then onwards. And if I try to kill their Link monster, Link would go to the grave, and then they'd summon their non-machine type monster after it dies. So it'd play around rivalry in that sense. So I feel that Erupt will be better against the deck.
Okay.
Right.
3 more.
Evenly match.
Yeah.
If you're going second, you just drop this against your opponent, and then clear away whatever they have left with the Draco spell and traps.
So another good thing as well with the 3 duality, because if you have it in your hand going second, you can just duality and try dig for evenly match.
Yeah. I guess Demise can technically also do that, but it's not really great.
Well, you have to set stuff, so you need to have you have no cards for the evenly to resolve. But yeah.
Well, you don't have to. It's kind of like top decking situation. If you have Demise, you just draw 3 if you have no other cards in hand.
That's the whole X deck. So the side deck.
It's kind of funny. I played against the same guy I played against in the Irish Open, and he's playing the same deck, and it's invoked Mech Knights. And this deck just has an auto win against the deck because you just flip up Skill Drain Anti-Spell and they can't really deal with it. A funny story, I had this, he went to evening me and I flipped up Arnwall and he just got salty and dropped me.
Oh, fair enough. That's fair. So that's the whole deck, yeah?
Yeah.
Anything you want to say?
Shout out to Team Sweetness.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Luke who's recording the video.
Yeah, be sure to like that video there.
Yeah, give it a like and subscribe.
Not him.
Shout out to the Fight Club.
Say hi, Frankie.
Who was a vendor and didn't bother playing at
Yeah,
Knox.
because this game sucks.
Well, the time around sucks. Not necessarily the game.
So that's everything. Thanks very much. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.